In fact, our software sales, if you look at our statistics, I more than doubled the amount of software I sold from January to November just in the month of December.
Right.
And I think that's because companies knew that they needed to make these purchases. They need these systems to advance their business. Things will get back to normal. But I think it's almost like COVID, in a sense, has become standard operating procedure to where in March, April, May, it was a surprise. We didn't know. We were trying to grasp our heads around it. Now, where we're at is people are used to it. It's a hindrance, but we're able to work and survive with it.
Right. Back to, you started off that question about people through their marketing plans out the window specifically.
Yeah.
I can go back to 2008. I can remember that one pretty clear too, where all of a sudden come September, we were doing, we had bad news for different reasons, right? And, and being a business school kind of guy, they would say, keep spending the marketing money. This is your opportunity to, spend against your customers and you'll come out the other side better, right? That's a tough ask, right? When business is down, you see COVID and the whole world is going down, for somebody to say, here's a textbook that says you should keep spending. That's doesn't resonate well with a medium-sized business run by, a family, right? They hear that and they say, you know what, that's for somebody else. We're just going to stop, right?
I think a lot of companies did do it though, because if you look at Google, for example, Facebook, their ad revenue, they were starting to hit some record numbers because now with people primarily being online, they're not going to see your billboard. Maybe if you're on radio, you have more people listening to some radio, but I doubt it. Probably digital radio. You've got to put the ads through somebody like Google, Facebook. So I think a lot of companies did make that pivot. In fact, one of the first podcasts it was the very first interview I did on this show was my buddy from Cybertegic, James Shea. And he was telling us the story of one of his clients who actually came on the show for the next episode, Elizabeth Yang, on episode 3. But the thing is there's just so many people online then. After the first 2-3 months, we were really able to look at the data. And she's primarily a business attorney, for IP, business law, stuff like that. And they ended up pivoting to divorces because of all the data showing them that divorces were skyrocketing. And here, her firm actually has hired about 4 or 5 more people since the pandemic started because they're that busy.
Right.
So it's pretty cool. She upped her marketing money and put it into where the data was telling her to put it.
Right. So as you know, where our role with our customers wouldn't be on what they do with marketing. We're not coming in as business consultants around marketing their products. We're more on, infrastructure and investments in, running, their business better, whether that's software, whether that's consulting. So where we thought that might slow down this time last year, it did not. It really accelerated. And, you mentioned sales in Canada. I have, the responsibility for all of it. And it was on all sides of our business, we exceeded what we expected to do, modestly. But if you compare to maybe what we thought the downside might have been this time last year, to come out a little bit ahead of plan was... So it was one of the CEOs I talked to, was always great for customers. He's like, flat is the new normal right now, man. If you guys came out a little bit ahead of plan, you did well. And we did. And it was really, you have to give credit to these Canadian companies and business owners. They, where you might know them in good times, they really regrouped. I thought we had saw quite a few talented, or people I didn't know were so talented with how quickly they changed their business or just focused on core operations. Right? Yeah, there was a lot to learn. There was lots of impressive customers we deal with for sure. Yeah.